That's good. But what's happening, everybody? What's going on? YouTube is now in the picture. What's happening, YouTube? Welcome on into Oi and Philly Sports. And again, as I mentioned before, I put it in the link in the chat here. If you're on YouTube as well, you guys can come on in. We could talk. We could do lives together as well here on TikTok. Some of your comments, some of your questions. Hang for we got an hour here, so let's talk some sports. And obviously, we have some topics here today. A lot of people have want to hear my point of view on something that happened yesterday in the world of the NFL. Some very sad news, as we all do know. But before we start, guys, I want to get the business at hand at first out of the way. Make sure you guys, if you're tuning in for the first time on YouTube, make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. We talk about all Philly sports here all the freaking time. Tonight, we're going to have the Sixers and Bulls recap right after the game. So make sure you guys come on over to YouTube or TikTok, or TikTok as well, recapping that. So definitely make sure you guys are subscribed there. Make sure you guys are subscribed to OE and Philly Sports wherever you stream podcasts. If you not much of a watch along live, we post recaps on the platforms, streaming sites like Apple, Google, and Spotify. You can find it on there. Make sure you guys subscribe. Tomorrow, we're going to get back to El Parcero Filicon, our episode. I believe we're at episode 8 now. I got to double check, but I believe we're at episode 8 tomorrow. A really special guest that you guys are going to like, especially for my Flyers fans. You guys are really going to like the interview we got going on tomorrow. But real quick, I'm going to check you guys. I'm going to check you guys out. I'm going to answer these comments and these questions real quick. But I wanted to start off because I think that we need to start off today by talking about the Henry Ruggs situation. I'm sure a lot of you guys already are aware of what is going on right now in the Henry Ruggs situation. And first off, I wanted to state this. When I look at these type of situations, obviously there's a lot of people conflicted of their thoughts and their feelings about that. But the fact matters, I want everyone to remember that we are all human beings. Okay, we all are the same, despite the way we may appear, but we're all human beings. We breathe the same air. I really want to look at both sides of this and be compassionate as much as possible. And I obviously want to start off with the woman who lost her life. Yes, or it was early Monday or early Tuesday morning, if I'm not mistaken. So Henry Ruggs, from what the report is now, was driving 156 miles per hour in his Corvette, crashed into a woman's Toyota. I believe it was a Toyota Camry, and unfortunately, she lost her life. That impact was way too much, and she unfortunately lost her life. Henry Ruggs was intoxicated while he was driving at 3:30 in the morning, so he was charged with a DUI and obviously with the death of this woman who I'm forgetting her name at the top of my head. I wanted to say this. Number one, thoughts and prayers go out to that family. That is definitely a sad news to kinda wake up to. This was early in the morning, and to wake up to hear that, who I don't know her life. I don't know one really who she was. Maybe she could have been coming back from work. Maybe she was going to work, maybe she was coming from a friend's house. Who knows? But the fact is she thought that she was probably going somewhere and living her regular life, and just like that, your life can end at any instant. Now look, obviously, the main thing here that we need to take away, the reason of death. Henry Ruggs was intoxicated while he was driving. There, you guys should not be driving while intoxicated. I know a lot of you guys, especially on TikTok, are a little bit younger. You might not understand this, but it is seriously important to remember that drinking and driving, you just flat out don't do it. You're not only just putting yourself at risk, but as we can clearly tell from yesterday's actions, someone else's life was put at risk. Now I want to look at the other side. Henry Ruggs deserves all the accountability that he's getting right now. He deserves the consequences that are coming to him. He should be going to jail for a good amount of time. Now, obviously, his cachet, he is an NFL wide receiver. That might save him some time. But there is no reason why Henry Ruggs should not be in jail. And look, as with everything in this day and age, unfortunately, for whatever reason, there's two sides to it. I can't believe that there's a second side to it. People who are like saying they're standing for Henry Ruggs, or I don't know what you're standing for, what that even means. But the fact of the matter is, Henry Ruggs deserves these consequences. We need to look at life farther than sports. Okay, your life does not get dictated by a professional sport. Your life is your life. You make of what your life, not the Las Vegas Raiders, not the Philadelphia Eagles. They don't make your life. You make your life, guys. Henry Ruggs decided to drink and get behind the wheel of a car and drive at the speed that he was, you pay the consequences. I will say this with Henry Ruggs, because again, looking at this as the compassionate side of things, that is rough because from what I saw from Henry Ruggs, and I obviously don't know him personally, but he was a 22-year-old guy. He's currently 22 years old. I did a lot of stupid shit at 22 years old. But the difference is I wasn't making millions and millions of dollars that Henry Ruggs is making right now. That's a lot of money at his disposal. I don't think he's a bad person. I think that this was definitely just something unfortunate that he made one mistake and it really escalated. But this was what can happen in mistakes. Every action has a consequence, or every action has a repercussion, whether it be positive or negative. And this was in this case, it is negative. So I just wanted to say, man, just try to think of it as a human aspect. Henry Ruggs is yesterday or 2 days ago was an NFL star wide receiver, making millions, living comfortably, and now he's facing jail time. And that's I think that we need to remember that in life, you guys know how I always look at life. In life, cherish the little things, cherish what you have, because this is what could happen. So, thoughts and prayers to the family. Um, I really hope that Henry Ruggs is not looking at this like, oh, my life is over. What the hell? Like we should have, whatever. Just take my point is take the responsibility and go to jail in the right way, in the manner you should. All right, what you guys got to say? Let's start off with YouTube today. Logan, what's going on? Logan, how you doing, man? I have no idea who you guys traded for. I'm sorry. That's pretty funny, Logan. Logan, we got Kerry Vincent Jr. He's someone you drafted in the 7th round. He was part of that 2019 LSU team. I think he can play safety and corner. I'll say this about the move. If you guys weren't familiar about the Kerry Vincent Jr. move, I'll say this. I understand that the cornerback position is very important in the NFL with the way the NFL is evolving. But why do we need this many cornerbacks? Especially at least for right now. For right now, you have Darius Slay, you have Steven Nelson. There's no need to move away from that. But look at the linebacking core. And today, right before we got on here, we just waived Eric Wilson. So that linebacker room is super thin. Like, we know the narrative of Howie Roseman. We know he doesn't care about linebackers. We know he doesn't value linebackers. But you're putting so many cornerbacks in that room, yet your linebacking room is so thin. Like, it still just doesn't make sense. Yes, the cornerback position is important, but the linebacker position is extremely important as well. And it's just like, how have you not watched this season? How have you not watched the Super Bowl last year? Like, how many of the losses that we have was because of our freaking linebackers were just god awful, and the linebacker play on the other team was so good? It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. But Logan, Kerry Vincent Jr. and we sent over some more draft. Denver's stocking up those draft picks, man. We sent over a 6th round pick for that. I think we sent a future 7th, if I'm not mistaken, man. Anyways, thank you so much, Tommy. What's happening, man? What's happening? I star a high-end Uber service. Tommy, you know what the funny part is about that? And that's a good point too. If you're drinking and you need to go home, there's always Uber. It is so much cheaper than by the way, Uber, you need to stop skyrocketing your prices. That is not okay. But regardless, Uber is still much cheaper than getting a DUI. All right. The thing is also as well, Tommy, the NFL has services for these players, like personalized services. They will drive you to and from wherever you need to go. Yet he still decided not to do that. Whether he wanted to flex or not, I mean, I think he was riding with one of his boys. I don't know if it was a female or not. Obviously, us men like to sometimes kind of flex in front of females, whatever it may be. But be smart. Be smart, man, and that's a good point. That is a good point, though, Tommy. I support your decision there. Kata has in the build. What's going on, my man? Had his whole life ahead of him, and he ruined his life and ended another. That's a good way to put it, man. Yeah, exactly. They already have that. He just chose not to use it. Yup, he just chose to decide to drink and drive. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. What's going on here, Logan? You're sick today. Oh no, what's going on, man? No school today, too. That's a good part, but what's wrong, man? What are you sick with? Um, okay, you want to find a chick to talk to. What is happening, man? But good question. So we obviously have TikTok here. I like to open it up to all the community. So we have YouTube, we have Twitter, we have Twitch in front of me, we have TikTok right here. So we have 4 different platforms that we are talking into. So that's why I'm looking down, because I have a MacBook right in front of me. But good question, man. It's always awesome. I wish I could kind of show you guys. So there's the MacBook. Don't mind my little clutter, my notebooks with my microphone, and that's where the microphone is connected to. My blanket because it's freezing cold. My mouse for my other job, and this is me. You guys see me. This is how I live every day in this dungeon, making content. Andrew Songer, 156 miles per hour, BAC twice legal limit. Mama was probably drinking some straight liquor, right? Drinking them on the rocks, maybe neat, slinging those things, and decided, you know what, we good. We're taking the Corvette. Man, oh man, gotta be smarter than that. Gotta be smarter. Leah M. I'm good point you bring up there. Where you think D-Jack's gonna land? That is very interesting. Deshaun Jackson and the Rams, from my understanding, mutually parted ways. Did not see that coming. All I was hearing in Rams training camp, oh, Deshaun's back. He's catching bombs from Stafford, and nothing in the regular season. They both parted ways, which is absolutely wild. So I don't know where he's landing. I would assume a team that doesn't need a wide receiver, but could use an extra wide receiver, because as we can clearly tell, D-Jax is what he is at this point of his career, man. He's probably like LaShawn McCoy, maybe just hanging on to a roster, collecting a little money, maybe some depth piece. I don't know, but Deshaun is who he is at this point. You know what? I'll say this, just my prediction. I think he stays in the NFC. That's just my prediction. He's yet to play in the AFC. Has anyone ever thought of that? He's played on 4 different NFL teams. He's never played in the AFC. Good to know. Now you know. Slay Visuals thinks that he's going to land with the Saints. They could use him, right? They could use an extra. I mean, Sean Payton finds wide receivers out our couches, man. It's crazy. I feel like a team that would waive him before the Saints, maybe Colts. That's a good point. Carson and Deshaun did have a little bit of a repertoire together, but they already have T.Y. Hilton, so it wouldn't make sense to have 2 aging, speedy wide receivers. Saints could be not a possible. I've yet to watch the Saints this year. I'll definitely have to check them out, but I have yet to watch the Saints. Leah, honestly, he could be the replacement for. So that's a good point as well. He could replace the Raiders. Obviously the Raiders, and you know what? Too, we're not mentioning. I don't really want to focus on the football part with the Henry Ruggs situation, because there are more important things. But what I will say on the football part, the Raiders have gone through so much adversity this season. For them to still be in the first place in the AFC West, obviously it's a week to week, and they could very well lose the AFC West lead. But then to go through the John Gruden situation, now the Henry Ruggs situation, they have been in the spotlight of the NFL, and not for the positive reasons. You really have to give kudos to that franchise for staying strong. And we'll see how they respond to this. They responded well to the John Gruden situation. Now one of their brothers is facing some serious criminal offenses here. We'll see how they respond back. But I guess D-Jack wouldn't hurt. But remember, like I said, Deshaun Jackson has to go somewhere where he's not needed, but it could definitely help them. So it definitely would be interesting. Let me get back to YouTube, and then I'll get back to you guys, TikTok. Tommy, it costs him $20. The thing is that late at night, Uber skyrockets the prices, and then especially in Vegas, I'm sure they're even expensive as well. So it wouldn't cost just $20, but regardless, the man's making millions of dollars. $100 Uber ride is not too much for him, man. The Raiders have a car service as well for things like that. So every NFL team has it. Every NFL team has this. It's I think it's a league-wide service that they provide. But yeah, he decided he did not need that, and look, this is where we're at now. Tommy, can the Eagles ever find a wide receiver one? Reminds me of the Flyers trying to find a goalie. Tommy, I think that Devontae Smith could very well be that guy. He obviously still needs to develop some of his game. Watching Devontae Smith, obviously his route running is super crisp. He knows how to cut on dimes. He's really good at those route runnings in general. The hands are pretty strong. Obviously, Jalen Hurts has been throwing 11 inaccurate passes, and they still need to gain that chemistry, especially on this level. But I think that body type is going to hurt at times. A couple times I just felt like he's been manhandled, or Cornerbacks are telling him where to go, and that's kind of been of a problem. So I think if he fills out his body a little bit more, and I'm not one of these guys saying he needs to be 190, 200. That's too much for wide receiver, but get to 170, 175 range. I think right now, with this clothes soaking wet, Devontae Smith's maybe 168, 169. So we need to definitely get that body up there. He literally Slim Reaper is the nickname because he looks like that, man. Looks like that. So competitor pick, 7th-round pick to a 6th-round pick. So yeah, I guess with certain little fine guidelines, it could be a 6th-round pick. Howie loves doing that. Oh man, Logan, stomach bugs are not fun whatsoever. Make sure you get a lot of fluids in, my man. Make sure you get them fluids in. A lot of water, a lot of vitamin C. Thoughts about Packers COVID problem? Yeah, I just saw now. Aaron Rodgers is out. Aaron Rodgers not vaccinated either. Regardless, man. Dude, it's a factor. You gotta plan for these things as an NFL team right now. You gotta factor in that COVID could be a real thing. Besides it is tough these days. And I would make the claim that the NFL should allow teams to hold more players on their roster. I think they added like a somewhat of a taxi squad, but have it on game day as well. I mean, just COVID is a factor, but the injuries have been going up in the NFL in general. It's not just the Cowboys thing, it's not just the Giants thing, it's not just the Eagles thing. Like it's a league-wide situation. So I definitely would recommend that. This has been the Raiders every year. It just happened to blow over this year. They've had some drama, but this year, dude, it's crazy drama. They went through racism and they went through I guess we can call this criminal charges, criminal offenses. It's crazy. It's a lot, man. It is wild. Maybe Jackson to the line. I don't know if he would want to go there, and I don't know what the Lions would need him for. And it's clear what their role is trying to do. They're trying to tank for the future, man. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good spot for him. Let me see here. What we got TikTok? What y'all got to say? Scary Terry, don't trade for Ruggs. His fantasy value is crashing right now. Way to be insensitive. Trent, I picked up Renfro. Think he goes off. Could be good. He's a good strong player. I like the way he plays. Let's go. I've been trying all morning to find a football live. See, we'll see how we'll talk whatever you want, man. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, baseball. We are Philly sports centric, but man, we welcome all, man. This is an open community, brother. Question: who should I start in fantasy this week? I'm not the one to ask for fantasy. I don't play fantasy. I don't partake in fantasy. My role is just to talk Philly sports. But I guess whoever is replacing Renfro, someone was it you? Someone mentioned Renfro. Renfro's a good option there. If I could give you an option on the Eagles, one player, because obviously that's who I follow. This week we're playing the chart. You know what? I would go. It's tough with the running back committee. I'll roll with Boston Scott. I'll say I would roll the dice that Boston Scott will have another good week this week, especially when we're talking about the Chargers' weak run defense. Boston Scott would be my pick. I think that's a good one, man. Start Van Jefferson, Brandon Cooks, or Christian Kirk. Go Christian. Go Christian Kirk. Definitely not Brandon Brooks or Brandon Brooks. I wish Brandon Brooks was out there. Brandon Cooks, man. K1 for MVP. MVP. I already answered that. Go with Kirk. Would you pick up Van Jefferson or Bryan Edwards? I go Bryan Edwards. Christian Jones, 1220. Yo, I'm an Eagles fan. You think since we just waived Wilson, we will pick up Jalen Smith? Christian, like I told the rest of the Eagles Nation, I don't see what we need to pick up Jalen Smith for. This is now two teams that have just straight up cut him. I think that should just tell you everything right now. If you want to add him to at this point, he's a practice squad player, if I'm being quite honest with you. But yeah, like I've talked about in the beginning of this, I just don't understand how we continue to still devalue the linebacker position. You just went out and made 3 pickups this in the regular season, right? We start off with Mac McCain, who we got from Logan's Denver Broncos. Then you got Tabe Gowan in the Zach Ertz trade. And then now on trade deadline, you get Kerry Vincent Jr., and yet your linebacking core. Now, look, I do want to give credit because I do think that TJ Edwards made a claim for himself, and that's another player we need to criticize and question the front office and the coaching staff. Where the hell was TJ Edwards? Why is he not getting more snaps? And you're rolling out Alex Singleton and Eric Wilson all these freaking times when you know it's not working. And TJ Edwards showed you, I was like, that was the best linebacking play we have seen all season long by the Philadelphia Eagles. It was from TJ Edwards. And yet you still want to fill up this cornerback room? For what? Those half of these guys are not going to even see the field. You realize that we've mostly for this season have been putting out Darius Slay, Steven Nelson, and Avonte Maddox. That's pretty much who we put out there. Zach McPherson has barely seen the field, let alone Mac McClain and Tay Gowan. And you still have why am I blanking? The guy we got from the Colts, Shashir. I think he's played safety during the garbage time against the Lions, but it just does not make sense, flat out. But to answer your question, I don't see the point of getting that. We got a Packers fan in the building. What's going on? Wait. So you're a Michigan fan, but you're a Packers fan? How does that work? Shouldn't you be, if you're from Michigan, shouldn't you be a Lions fan? If you're from Wisconsin, shouldn't you be a Wisconsin fan? I don't know about you. I don't know, man. We're still talking about Ben Simmons, David? Oh, man. All right. So what happened yesterday? Oh, so yesterday, Ramona Shelburne reports that he's not showing up for any of the mental off-court help for Ben Simmons. Let's put it how it is. The therapist for his mental health issues. Let's put it blatantly, because I think that's okay to say. For someone who wants to say that he's going through mental health issues, I think that's the right thing to say. But again, yesterday proved to me that Ben Simmons is the piece of you-know-what that we all know him to be. The fact that he is using the mental health card is absolutely disgusting. That's what he's doing. The report is he is receiving help from the league-wide doctors or mental health people that help him out with it. I don't know what the proper term to use for it, but regardless, that makes no sense to me. That makes that from what it seemed like he's seen them. Doesn't mean he's seen them continuously. He's arrived to practice. You see the first time back in a week or so, he's riding the bike at shoot around, and that was it. Doc Rivers on the other practice says that Ben Simmons shot the ball, and he saw him shoot the ball more than he's ever seen him shoot the ball. But yet he's still not practicing with the team. That's why I said it's disgusting, because he literally just used that to go and get his checks back. And that's disgusting to me. But, I digress. It is what it is, right? But we'll see. We got that West Coast trip after this. I could see Ben Simmons coming back at that point. But this is the question we have to ask ourselves, Sixers fan. Do you even really want Ben Simmons back? Because you're watching them play right now. Dude, the chemistry is building. And obviously tonight we got a good test, because we're going up against a Chicago Bulls team who are kind of figuring it out quicker rather than later when you're talking about all the new pieces that they have added on the offseason to this team. But Ben Simmons, who, from what it looks like, has been pouty and pissy pants all offseason and up until this point. And then he says he has mental issues. So obviously mentally he's not fully there. And do you want to bring him into this team that really, dude, that Blazers win was spectacular. The ball movement. You saw Drummond manning the defense and the offense while Joel Embiid was out. Seth Curry was on fire. Tyrese Maxey has done an all right. She's done an all right job. Obviously, he struggled against some good defenses, aka the Knicks, aka the Nets. The Nets, he had one good quarter. I'll say that. But regardless, he seems like he's starting to figure it out. And you got shaking off the bench. I mean, it would be nice to have some depth piece. But at this point, if Ben Simmons is coming back, I'm putting him on the bench. This is being honest. You know what? I'm treating him like Matisse. Danny Green is going to be out. We don't know when he's going to be back. He left in the third quarter with the hammy injury. Start Tease. Right. Tease's defense switched the momentum in that Blazers game in that second quarter. When he started getting the steals, he started getting the blocks. It really changed the momentum. Just start him. Start him over Danny Green. But that's what I will say. And Tobias Harris as well. We don't know when he'll be back. Him and Danny Green are out for right now. They will not be back here tonight. What do we got here? Well, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Our linebacking core is down horrendous, and do you think we at least see if Smith is better than our linebackers? Christian Jones, look, sure. I mean, obviously, yeah, because I'll take anybody in that linebacker room. But again, it goes back to Howie not valuing linebackers. He'd rather get another defensive back to get some depth than getting a linebacker. And you know what? Sure, I really wouldn't care because I don't think that Jalen Smith is that much better than the linebackers we have right now. But just do something different. That's why I love Sunday because he did something different. He did something that actually made sense, and that's just my point, man. Cooks or Devontae Parker. Ooh, that's bad. That's a bad. Both are bad. Devontae, I guess, because Brandon Cooks wanting to get out of there. He wants out of Houston so bad. TJ Corella, Jordan Love, baby. I want to see what Jordan Love has to do. Yeah, but Hail Wolverine, you didn't answer my question. You said you're not selling us what state you're actually from. You don't have to tell me what city. You don't have to give me personal, but are you from Michigan or are you from Wisconsin? That's all I'm asking. Also, do you believe we should keep the 3 first rounders and try Hurts for? Absolutely, I'm on board with keeping the 3 first round. Now, the Russell Wilson thing honestly intrigues me. I just don't think that'll happen. But if you don't get Russell Wilson, stick with these 3 first rounders. Build this defense. I want absolute studs on this defense. I want speed. I want tenacity. I want game changers, playmakers. What I want on this defense, and you can get that in the first round. So keep those 3 first round picks. If you're an Eagles fan, shouldn't you have a Eagles mic and not Cowboys? No, I'm a Philly sports fan. Correction, I'm a Philly sports fan. So this is for the Sixers who actually play today. And I think the Cowboys blue is more of a navy. This is more royal blue for the Philadelphia 76ers, my friend. This is a Philly sports centric community, my friend. Welcome on in. After Wilson or Watson with our picks. Wilson, I'll take. Watson, I'm a hell no on that. Latvia's you already missed my point on Henry Ruggs, but pretty much, um, first off, thoughts and condolences to the woman who lost her life. Henry Ruggs kind of deserves what's coming to him. You got to pay the consequences. You have to pay the consequences, my man. Let me get back to YouTube real quick. No, we should not sign Smith, and we should not sign Djax at Eagles. Yo, I mean, Eagles social media is just hilarious. Eagles Twitter, Eagles TikTok can be pretty freaking funny. Um, but I agree. Uh, uh, there's got to be better linebackers out there, right? If you're gonna give up a compensatory pick to the Denver Broncos for a cornerback, just use that for a linebacker somewhere that a team that doesn't need it. That just makes no sense. Honestly, there's got to be a third string linebacker out there that can compete with these guys that we have right now that we can give up a 6th-round pick for. But again, it just goes back to how we not valuing linebackers, man. It is what it is. Rafael, what's going on, brother? Hey, what's good, parcero? Sorry, couldn't get in live with you to talk about Panthers, but I got the flu. Oh, man, I hope everyone's getting the flu. Guys, make sure you guys are staying safe out there. And I'm not feeling well. Greetings. It's El Capitan Rafael. I hope you are feeling better, Rafael. Make sure you get that sopita, that sancocho, consomme, whatever you got down there, my man. And make sure you get better, man. I saw that Panthers win by your boys last Sunday. Good win for you guys. Tommy G with being class act that he always is. Love you, Tommy. I also got congratulations, got the booster shot. I was told I don't really need it, but I'll take it if I need it. So not your average Cullen. We need the Texans to win and Dolphins to lose so we can get the number 1 pick, but Howie would blow it. Again, I keep seeing this topic. I can't worry about who's taking the picks. I just got to put myself in the best spots to take these picks. Look, I think it goes to show that I think the only way Howie Roseman gets fired is the Eagles have to go like 2-16 or 2-15. They have to go like 2-15, 1-16, something like that. But man, oh man, I understand you guys' frustrations because the thing is I don't want to worry about that. Like I like the fact that we have those picks, but I'm gonna worry about who's gonna pick those picks when it comes to that time. Right now, I'm just worried about the season. And if you guys have looked at the standings, Yes, the Eagles actually have a possibility to make the playoffs. We're crazy. We're freaking crazy. I'm a fan of the Eagles this week. Go Birds. Logan, you're always welcome here, brother. You're always welcome here, my man. Not your average Cullen. You think he wants to get traded and being like a pain in the ass, not showing up, does he not know that the not your average Cullen? If you have watched this situation, if you have studied this drama with Ben Simmons, you would know that Ben Simmons is oblivious to the world. Because any ordinary NBA player would realize that what he's doing is not conducive to what he wants. Fine, you want to get out of Philadelphia, whatever. It doesn't make sense, but it's really none of our business. But the fact is, if you want to get out, the normal player would come into camp, would come into preseason, would come into the season and play to his best ability and show off what he has to the rest of the league. But Ben Simmons, nah. My back. You know what? I'm not going. I'm going through it right now mentally. I'm not here. I'm not here, and I can't. And I can't. Listen, I have been a big advocate for mental health since I started this brand. But this is not mental. This is someone using the card because they are seeing how people have came for support of athletes, celebrities, regular people. He is taking advantage here. And I'm not stupid, nor should any of you guys be that stupid either. He's ridiculous. Tommy, I agree. Mute Ben Simmons. Mute. Your boy's going to the center again tonight. Hey, Kata. By the way, speaking of centers, tonight, Joel should be back, but also, you know who's coming back to the Wells Fargo Center, ladies and gentlemen? Tony Bradley. Hey, Tony, how you doing? Tony's coming back. The franchise center, Tony Bradley's coming back to Philly. He's with the Bulls now, guys. I saw him against the Celtics. It was good to see him. He deserves an opportunity. I think he's like the backup now to Vucevic. That's cool. Good for Tony, man. Good for Tony. So, Kata, say hello to Tony Bradley when you're there, man. I'm not a Sixers. Well, Ferness, what's going on first? What's happening, brother? I'm not a Sixers fan, but yeah, I think T should start over Danny. I don't know if long term we should do that, but what I will say right now, because Danny's out, I would want to see T in the starting lineup. Guy changes games with his defense, kind of like Ben Simmons did, and his offensive game is going to build out. I think he's not been efficient shooting wise this year. That's fine. You keep shooting. You keep putting up those shots, my man. I have confidence in Mr. Matisse Thybulle. Is there any way you can have people go live with you? There's a website for people to go live with you, but I forgot. I actually put the link out there. And we're back. Anyways, I put the link out there. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to put the link back in there. I put the link at the beginning. You guys can come on. We do have ourselves about 20 minutes left, so you make sure you guys get in quick. But yeah, man, you guys can come on in. I post. So Kata, we actually changed up the format of the podcast. So what we're doing now is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sports getting turned more into an interactive time to just kind of hang out. You guys can come on here. You guys can do the lives. We can do the lives together on here on TikTok as well. Just answering questions, talking sports. This is now more of a conversation more than a podcast. And then now, Kata, after every single Philly sporting event, the Sixers, the Flyers, the Phillies, the Union, or the Eagles, we do the post-game shows after that as well, giving you guys my takes after games, and I answer your guys' questions as well through comments too. So kind of changing it up, kind of just trying to find what's best for the different apps that you can post content out there. And I think that this has been working so far this week. I'm having fun. Been waking up more around 7:30 than 5:30 in the morning, and I've also been able to go to bed a little later. I guess that's kind of cool. I've been going to bed to 11:30 now instead of like 9-10 o'clock. Don't mind it. I get lunchtime now, which is nice. I actually get to use up my lunchtime. So I don't mind it. I definitely don't mind it. But let me oh my man, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kyle Hudson.
Let's go!
What's up, bro?
I gotta get myself the new one tonight.
Yes. Are they putting those out for sale?
I hope so. They're playing in them, so I hope you can buy them.
So sexy, man. I love all of it. The jerseys, the t-shirts, the hoodies. I want it all. I'm probably just gonna get a t-shirt to be honest with you, but I'm
Yeah,
getting
maybe
some
a jersey.
all beautiful. Yo, if
Jersey
they
would be kind of nice.
sell, I don't know what it's called, but because we're obviously not that we're not old at all. So, but they have like the little was it a kaleidoscope, the little picture clicker thing. You can see the
Yeah, yeah,
different.
yeah.
They sell those. I would definitely buy that as well, man.
I hope they have that Maxi hat, like the hat that Maxi was wearing backwards.
Yes.
I don't even know what the
Yeah.
front looks like, but just from the back, I want that already.
Yeah, dude, it's all looking good, man. How you feel about the Sixers so far? They look all right now. Five was it
They look
five
all
and
right.
two,
I
two,
mean,
4 and 2,
yeah,
5 and
they
no,
look
sorry,
all
2.
right. It's just not very exciting right now because they're just not. I don't know. I just haven't. I don't have the enthusiasm with this team yet. I don't know if it's still Ben's weighing me down, but
That's definitely what it
um,
is, man.
yeah, it's just I don't know. I just don't feel it yet. Maybe it's because it's just early in the season and it's I don't know.
I no, I do think that this Ben Simmons situation has kind of drained it out of us. I mean, it's like every week, every day, there's something new, and it's something like it just keeps like you're just reading to it, and you're like, what the is this real life? Like people really NBA teams don't go through this the way we have with Ben Simmons, and it's just been so many. We'll say Monday night was a lot, and Saturday night were a lot of fun. The fact that
Yeah,
you beat up on Trey Young and the Hawks. And then on Monday night, you had no Joe and no Tobias. Danny Green leaves in the third quarter, and they did a good job against the Blazers that were pretty much full strength.
and I was shocked. Like I was there, and I was just like, I'm just shocked that they were beating them down like they were. I mean, the game was kind of close towards the end, but they just didn't let him back in the game at all. And I'm like, they don't have much out there right now. We got Furkan Korkmaz going off, George Niang going off, like these
MVP.
guys from nowhere. It's
Yo,
funny.
who's the better Curry brother, man?
Seth is carrying the team right now. I mean,
Here's my criticism of Seth Curry. His jump shot's so fluid. I love his jump shot, and obviously he's a pretty efficient shooter. But my concern has been, can he create his own shot like his brother kind of can, and can he be clutch in the fourth quarter?
that's
And
true.
Monday he kind of did both without Joe and without Toby. So that was pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I think you might be looking at that a little. Like, I think Seth is more like a JJ Redick type, where I mean JJ
Right.
didn't really create his own shot, but he could make it.
Right.
Seth is just nobody compares to him at all.
Yeah,
Steph.
he's like more of a spot up shooter, but I
Yeah,
would love to see him like cuz even like with his jump shot hot, it'd be great to run pick and rolls all freaking day with Joel Embiid. That to me,
absolutely.
that's what like make the Sixers like unstoppable. If you can find like a point guard that can run that pick and roll. That's why like people really were claiming for James Harden because off the pick and roll with Joel Embiid, how do you stop that?
Yeah.
And
Well,
be
and
nice to
James
have
Harden
Dame,
doesn't
but
miss.
yeah, be nice to have one of those players, but you can't. It's really hard to go get those guys right now.
That's the biggest problem right now. Is yeah, we got Ben Simmons, but it's the cap hit more than anything. That's the problem. Like if we wanted to, we could have signed someone in the offseason with that max slot, but we can't because we don't have a max slot.
That's tough, man. And the thing is, I really do think we improved this roster, but it just happens that, like you said, one of your max players just doesn't want to show up, and that's been the problem. But I do think that Niang has been an improvement of Mike Scott, and Drummond has
Yeah.
been an improvement from Dwight Howard.
Yeah, I like Drummond a lot. He's kind of fun to watch too out there. And I didn't realize how good of a player he really was before they signed him.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize he led the league in rebounds multiple times. Like that's pretty impressive.
Pistons tried for years to build around him, but it was just getting a little too tough. And I think the situation, like they tried to put Blake Griffin with him, and they thought that would
Yeah,
work.
yeah, yeah.
It's 2000, and that's the thing. It's 2000. It's a 2010, 2020s. Like it's a guard centric league, and they kind of missed that opportunity there, trying to build the front
That's
court.
part of the problem. Like that's what's tough about Joel Embiid is you're not going to be able to win with just Joel. You need another
I know,
superstar with him. It's
man.
painful, but it's just how the league is.
Yeah, man. Or if you could do the way, because the Bucks, like I don't think that Middleton and Holiday are superstars, but they're definitely stars,
That's
and they're
true. Yeah.
definitely they definitely stepped up when it needed. And Drew's defense, Drew actually made some shots, And then Chris Middleton finally stepped up and he showed up in the playoffs. And that's kind of why they did what they did,
He
man.
looks like a fish.
All right, my man. Yo, Kata, we're gonna get one more person on here, but dude,
Alright,
have so much fun tonight. Keep killing it. Keep doing what you're doing, my man, and we'll catch up, brother.
thank
All
you.
right.
Appreciate it. See y'all, Parcero. Have a nice
Go
day.
Sixers.
Go
You too,
Sixers.
man. Hey. All right, let me bring on now. Not your average Cullen on here. What's going on, my man? What's happening,
So,
brother?
how are you doing today?
Dude, I'm good, but is that a Pro V t-shirt jersey or jersey that you got hanging up?
It's a signed jersey in the back by Pro.
Oh, my man. That's sick, brother. That's sick.
Thank you. Um, Now with Ben Simmons, most players, like you said, would go out, try to play their best, and tell
Right.
their general manager that they want out. Now his agent was trying to get, was it Danny Green out of Philly with him? But they
Yeah,
helped him.
Maxi.
Yes, they helped him sign that contract. Now they're gonna bring him out. Philly wants him. They want Ben Simmons out, and most people were saying that they knew that was gonna go wrong as soon as they drafted him, and it's not going well. I can tell you that. Any other player, he's just sitting on his couch making money for eating potato chips.
Really good. That's a really good way you put it there, Colin. I mean, he's finessing the system. I guess I give him credit for doing that, but as a fan, it pisses me off. we're,
And
we're
he,
watching this team like getting chemistry, but there's times where you're like, wow, like we could use Ben's perimeter defense, or wow, like we could use someone to make a play like Ben would for someone, but he just
yes,
doesn't want to show up.
he's not doing anything. He wants to sit. He wants to sit there and be a little, you know what? But he's
That's
not.
right, man.
He's not going to do anything, and that's not what you have to do as an NBA player. If you want to get traded, you tell your general manager and your agent, and you go out there and try to show the other teams around the league what you got. And when you're doing that, that's decreasing your trade value.
This is crazy. This is why Philly sports is freaking awesome. We have kids that are half the age of Ben Simmons who are literally painting the picture as clear as day, and yet Ben, as a 25-year-old man, just doesn't get it.
No, I mean he's in Los Angeles the whole off season, getting 8 girls in his car that are breaking up with him, and Joel Embiid, all the other players trying to go out there and talk to him. Nah, it's
Right.
fine. Stay in Philly. No, they want you to play. You want to win an NBA championship so bad, and there you are eating potato chips. That's not going to get you anywhere.
Dude, you're absolutely right, my man. You're absolutely right. But how you feel about the roster right now, though?
I don't know a lot about basketball, but they're
Okay,
looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. I check in every now and then, and they're
cool.
not a bad team. I can tell you that. I mean, hopefully they can beat the Bulls tonight because I know that I remember a while ago they were one of the laughing stocks of the league, and now they're pretty good. So as long as we
They
can
made some
play
good
our
moves.
as long as we could play our defense tonight and we could dream some shots, I think we'd be pretty good tonight.
Yeah, man. Listen. I agree. The Bulls definitely did a good job, kind of replenishing that
Yeah,
roster. They spent big money this offseason. But tonight, listen, to me, it's about continuing building that confidence. I think that's what these past two wins have really brought me. When you got some payback against Atlanta the way they did, and without Joel Embiid, without Toby, they really did a good job. There's good ball movement. They were efficient shooting again. That's a thing. Like the Sixers are now an efficient shooting squad because you're not playing 4-on-5 basketball
yeah.
because Ben Simmons is not even a factor on the offensive side of the court. And it's been great, but again, like I think you put really good there. What happens when you go up against the Bucks or the Nets or the Heat or on the
Yeah,
West Coast, the Suns, the Jet? Like, are you going to have enough difference makers at that point? That's why these games early are really important, so you can keep building up the confidence of these guys.
I mean they could beat the Lakers. They showed it last year. They didn't let the Lakers score 107 points against them in both games, right around there. So they played
Right,
good, especially for the Lakers. And now with Westbrook, James, and Davis, they could still win it. I mean, it's one more
right.
guy that they have to worry about, but it's one guy that they don't have to worry about, and that's Ben Simmons not being there. And the one
That's
thing that
correct.
if he's in Los Angeles when they play the Lakers and the other Los Angeles team, I'd go out there and really try to get him back in there and try to
I
say,
agree, my man.
like, you want to get it traded, but what you're doing is not helping the situation at all. Sitting home on your couch is not helping.
Yeah, man. You're nailing it, man. So what sports do you like? Not your average Colin.
Hockey and football. I'm really into the Eagles right now, especially with the quarterback situation. sometimes Jalen Hurts plays great, and sometimes he plays. I mean, he is technically a rookie. This is his first year starting all these
Right,
games.
right.
But if he doesn't play good, I wouldn't mind having Gardner Minshew being our franchise quarterback for right now. He didn't have any talent in Jacksonville last year, and I think that might be some of or why the reason of why people don't really think that he could be a good quarterback. But he has it in him, and if you watch the highlights, I think from 2019 against Denver, he pulled like a 2017 Carson Wentz. He's in his prime right now. As soon as we start him, he could be in his prime. I know he only got to throw 2 passes against the Lions, but he was accurate. I mean, two
Mm-hmm.
passes is 2 passes in the NFL right now. You could really get to prove what skill your quarterbacks have.
That's good points. I mean, look, I'm not ready to give up on Hurts. For me, in order to give a full analysis of a quarterback or any position for that matter, you got to give it a full year, and I'm just going to give
Yeah,
that a full year. I do see some good things. I do see what you're saying, like the inaccuracies. He doesn't read the field as quickly as you would want them at this level of football. I agree with all that. Gardner, it's interesting. I would have to see him play on the Eagles to kind of make a judgment off that. I'll say this. I mean, I think he's safer right now because they just came off a win, and
yeah,
he did lead the Eagle. He did actually lead the Eagles in rushing last week on a 236-yard day. So I think that saves him a little bit for right now. But we have to wait and see, honestly. And I don't think Sirianni's done anyone any favors. So that's kind of why I'm like, would any quarterback kind of succeed right now? Like, I don't even think
yeah.
Peyton Manning is probably able to succeed with this team, but it's just
I
gonna have
mean,
to be a wait and see process.
it was the Lions, but a win is a win, and especially with the
Right?
Eagles,
No, I agree.
you could take that anytime you can get. Because 1 week they could play Super Bowl contenders, and the next week they could play, like it's a flag football game out there with like five
Absolutely.
5 year old. It changes every week. So I mean, as long as Jalen Hurts can hit Devonta Smith, which he hasn't really been able to do this year, other than week 1, and I know that he did get 2 touchdowns called back, so we need a 2 touchdown game for Devonta Smith now.
Yeah, man. I agree. I agree. Not your average Colin. I do have to go, but before I let you go, because I too love hockey, who's going to win tomorrow night? The Penguinas or the Fly Guys?
Hopefully the Flyers. I mean, Carter Hart had a great game last night. Their defense,
Fantastic, man.
their defense was great. I mean, Coots played great. His 700th
Hell
game,
yeah.
he got a goal and an assist. You can't ask for much better. So
Let's
I
hope
mean,
so, man.
they played a good game. I'm going to another game on the 5th against the Lightning.
Hey,
If you're going to be there, I could try to see you.
absolutely, man. Absolutely. I'm seeing what the schedule look like, but I'm definitely trying to make it out to a Flyer. My focus right now, though, is Eagles and Jets. In a couple of weeks now. I think it's like November something, November 17th or something like that. I forget. I'll double check. But
Yeah,
that's my goal right now, to go up
yeah.
there and watch them play the Jets.
I want to see them play the Giants this year, either in the Link or MetLife. But anything's going to happen with this team.
I'm a cheap guy. That's why I want to go see them play the Jets, if I'm being honest with you. But I'll
I mean,
watch either or.
they could win that game. It is the Jets, but
Right.
as long
Very
as
true.
the Texans can get on a win streak and the Dolphins can keep losing, we could get the first pick.
Let's
But
go.
you said about Howie being fired. He's not going to get fired. Lurie doesn't care. He's getting his money. That's all he cares about.
Just
And
loves Howie. It's his little child, man.
yeah, and if he was fired, I think it would be either last offseason after 4-11-1, or after that Saints loss in 2019. It would have been one of the two, but Lurie doesn't care. We got one gone. We got Peterson gone, but I think he could have been better than Sirianni this year. But I don't know. This team,
It's a good point, man.
they make really good decisions or terrible decisions.
Yeah, you're true, man. You're very right. You're very right on that one. All right, my man. Not your average Colin. Stay tuned tomorrow. We'll do the Flyers recap if you want to get that reaction in. I'll definitely read those comments again. But it was a pleasure talking to you, my man. It really was. We'll talk soon. All right.
All right, thank you. Have a good day.
Have a great day. My man, bringing it's so funny how we have these young fans who clearly understand sports better some of the athletes, aka Ben Simmons. It's just crazy how it works. I'm sorry, TikTok. I had some 2 great conversations on here, but I'm gonna get back to these comments here. I'm from Michigan. Hey, Wolverines, come on, man. You're really gonna turn your back on the Lions for a rival? That's not cool, man. Dude. But you're still welcome here, man. Thank you so much for tuning in, brother. What do we got here? I want some good. Austin Yeah, I mean, I watch it all. I watch it all. I watch the NBA, the NFL, the NHL, the MLB, and the MLS. So we do watch it all, my man. Do you think the Lakers? Hell no, the Lakers are not going. Have you seen that team? Hell no. But thank you so much for tuning in, Austin. Um, excuse me. Wheels of Torture or Wheels offer tune $2,000 on Chargers -2. Wow, hey, hopefully you win that, bro. That'd be nice. It's a nice little payday. River 42228892. Thank you so much for the follow, my man. Welcome to the family, brother. Thank you so much. Roy Torres. Actually, I had one and I burned it because that's going nowhere near my man cave. Go Birds. Eli, I can't say that in second name. Eagles will win this Sunday with the running game once again. They should. And the Chargers' run defense is pretty damn bad, and that's how they should definitely win. Hopefully, we shall see. Abraham Young, I heard Aaron Rodgers got COVID. That is correct. That is correct. R. Ponton, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you. Welcome to the family. Hi from the Steel City in the UK. What is the Steel City, Luke? What is the Steel City? Let me answer a couple more of these on here. We got, yeah, remember what Jimmy did? Beat the starter and the backups and go out. Don't hide and cry about it like Ben. That's a good point. Ben does not have that it factor Jimmy does. Tony Bradley over Ben Simmons. I would agree, my man. Any updates on Ben Simmons? He just right now is not receiving help from the Sixers. That's pretty much it. Ben has more girls than 3 points to me. I can't. Yo, Logan with the comment of the live. Ben's got more girls than 3 points made. Oh man, I think we gotta stop. That's right. Bulls on top. We'll see tonight. We'll see tonight. But best of luck to you, MM1 Prod. We'll see what happens. Philly, the podcast is in the building. What's up, brother? Oh man, Philly, the podcast. You guys make sure you guys follow and subscribe to Philly, the podcast. The guy is fantastic with this Eagles coverage. Make sure you guys tune into him, man. Thank you for the love, my brother. Thank you for the love. Logan, I don't want to be reminded of the 2019 game against the Jaguars. Oh my God, man, Logan going pinpoint to some game. Crosby got COVID as well. Yeah, COVID is going around, guys. Make sure you are staying safe. Make sure you're masking up. And make sure you're vaccinated. I am going to say that, but okay, Sheffield. Okay, but we got the Steel City name because we have the oldest working steel forge in the world. Luke, thank you so much for that knowledge there, man. I'm a bit of a soccer fan. Sheffield United. Who? So wait. I'm thinking of Leeds. When was the last time Sheffield United was in the Prem? Because they're in the championship now. I have to think about it. But dude, I love when we got some soccer fans in here. Love when we got soccer fans. We'll end with this. We'll definitely end with this. My thoughts on the Braves championship. Congratulations to the Atlanta Braves. First off, great World Series, great performance, and it goes to show you that if you feel like you have the opportunity, you cannot play scared in this league, and that goes to Clintek. Whoa, Clintek. No, Dombrowski, Middleton, and everyone in the Phillies organization, when they went scared into the trade deadline, and we saw what happened. You got yourself Kyle Gibson. You got yourself Ian Kennedy. You got yourself Freddie Galvis. You know, Ian Kennedy and Kyle Gibson. Nice. Oh, it was all right. But it wasn't to what the Braves did. Getting Soler, getting Duvall, getting Jock Peterson, getting Rosario. That is what the difference was. When they had a star player go down, they still had a strong chemistry in that dugout, and they deserved to win. But yes, I still hate Atlanta sports. You still suck Braves. You still suck Atlanta United. You still suck Hawks. You still suck Falcons, and you still suck Thrashers. I'm just kidding, guys. No, I'm not kidding. I still hate you guys. But Sheffield Wednesday. Hey, okay. I know Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield United, Sheffield. When is the next Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday game? Because I would definitely love to check that one. But guys, I do have to hop off here. Thank you so much for tuning on in, ladies and gentlemen. I had a lot of fun here today. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. We'll be back on Friday, same time, 1 o'clock. We'll be doing this live again. We'll talk about whatever it is you guys want, so make sure you put it in your calendars. We'll be back on here. If you guys are new to this YouTube channel, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We talk Philly sports all the damn time on here, from the Eagles, the Sixers, the Phillies, the Flyers, and yes, the Philadelphia Union. Make sure you guys are subscribed. And we put all of our game recaps on Philly Sports. You can find that wherever you stream podcasts, from Apple, Google, and Spotify. I freaking love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning on in. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I go by the name of El Partido Philly. You guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. Talk to you soon.